Right, now we're going to talk about tucking your top hand. Now what we mean by this is at the beginning of your swing, we've already said hips lead the swing, right? You've heard that a lot. We said that the hands stay back. So while the hands are staying back, I want to see your right elbow start to tuck. Rarely, but once in a while, you'll see a hitter that does that too much and it creates too much back drag. What you'll see is this elbow gets way ahead of the knob and now they drag the barrel through. Usually tends to guys hitting the ball to right field too much or being late. We don't want that. We don't want to get too extreme. But in general, most people have a tough time because they've been taught to drive the knob at the ball and then the elbow stays way behind, which leads to a chop in their swing, leads to them coming across the ball and all kinds of bad things. So when we talk about tucking the back elbow, I want you to try and take your right elbow, bring it in to where it's about even with the knob. Rarely will it actually be even. It's usually going to be slightly behind. This is a good position to be in. That position I don't like. Why? Why don't I like that? Well, a couple reasons. When you get, let's change the angle here. When you get the knob too far ahead of the elbow and the elbow's back right here, typically the knob is down then when I go to extend. That leads to the barrel coming out and around the ball rather than staying inside of the ball. So don't have the knob down when you extend. That leads to a chop, or what we call a V in your swing, where your swing comes down and then up through the ball. It looks like this. Okay, where my hands go down and then back up. If I tuck this hand like so, at the beginning as my shoulders open up, or as my hips open up, and my shoulders start to tilt, if I tuck that top hand, now my barrel's it's close to being in the right position where I can deliver the barrel to the ball. And again, what were the three things that we said were our goals with the swing? One of them was to be compact. From this position, I can be compact. Let's say I'm late on the ball, okay? Well, I'm in a pretty good position to be able to hit the ball. I can just release my top hand and get to it. From right here, I'm in no position to hit the ball well, okay? I'm gonna have to do a lot of things just to get to the ball still, because this is not a good position. From right here, that's a pretty good position. All I gotta do is just release my top hand and I can still hit a hard shot to right field even though I'm late on this ball. You know, maybe guys throwing hard or something. So tuck the back elbow while keeping your hands back. So watch my knob right here. It's still back, right? It's almost back on my back shoulder still, which is where it started off. So I've opened up my hips and I've just started to tuck this elbow a little bit. One thing I'll tell guys is focus on your top hand, getting it flat like that, okay? Since most guys have a tendency of staying too vertical with the beginning of their swing, meaning their barrel's like this, which leads to a chop or that V in their swing. If they try to tuck and get this hand flat at the beginning, it's going to level out their swing. And their swing will take on more of the shape like that through the ball. Okay, so as you tilt your shoulders, try to tuck your top hand, which means it's coming in flat. Do not collapse your top hand though. We don't want it to go like this. That's terrible. That's going to lead to all sorts of problems, all right? Should be a gradual tuck as our hips bring us forward. Notice I did not say as my hands bring me forward. Hands are staying back right here. The hips are doing all the work. Okay? Gradually start to tuck your top hand or the back elbow as your hips bring you forward. Now I'm in a pretty good position to do the third part of our upper body mechanics, which is top hand extension, getting into the ball. We're going to break that down in the third part of the upper body mechanics.